Hey everybody, how's it going? Red-Eyed Jedi here and welcome to FlareDaily. Please like, share, and subscribe because you know you want to. Now, before we get on with our show, I am going to point out again Xavier Cal, family owned and operated, selling collectible figurines. If you're into collectible figurines, he's got the hookup. Like, check out this Nick. Great Nick. And then he even does custom work. Blah, 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 blah. Like, I think this is one of them. And, you know, where he goes and he'll get figures and he'll go clean them up, paint them up, do certain things to make them comic accurate or screen accurate or enhance the details, you know, and just he makes some stunning stuff. So definitely give him a check out. It's Xavier Cal over here on the Twitter. Excuse me, I got hiccups. I always get random hiccups. Alright, so now let's get on with our prices. First off, we have the Flare IOU down 13.99%. Let's just say 14%. Trading at 86 cents with a high of $1.07. Wow, so it went up for a moment, then it came right back down. Well, that's not fun. Let's jump on. I haven't paid attention to prices like all day, so I have no idea what happens. So right now, XRP is down 1.55%, trading at 52 cents with a high of 63. And then we have Doge, which is up 1.78%, trading at 17 cents with a high of 22. Then we have Gala. Gala is down 6.6%, trading at 0.009 with a high of 0.011. ADA, or also known as Cardano, is Oh, sorry, I thought I had the wrong thing. I'm like, what the heck? Cardano is down 2.94%, trading at $1.05 with a high of $1.33. Sorry, I saw the BBB and I'm like, wait a minute. We're looking at it tied to Binance? Duh. Okay, it's one of those days. It's a Tuesday. Last is Casino Coin, which is down 6.45%, trading at 0.0029 cents with a high of 0.0031. Either way, right now you can get 3 for a penny. It's a great deal, I'm telling you, because once these casinos pick up on Casino Coin and it starts moving, that price is going to be going up. You know, we're just waiting for them to flip that switch and get everything taken off. We're going to be talking about some of this switch flipping down the road. Sorry, I was messing with my headphones. But anyways, so yeah, we're going to talk about Songbird and what that is all about. And yeah, so let's get on with a few other articles I want to go over first, and most of it covers Songbird. But so Zerp, the homie Zerp over here says, wait a minute, free Flare for holding XRP, free D-Flare for holding Flare, free SGB Songbird for holding Flare. Life is good with so many stimulus checks. Thank you, Flare Network and Flare Finance. So yes, if you were holding your money on your own wallets, you had your own keys, and you're getting the Flare token and you're getting the D-Flare token, well, let me just tell you that you're also getting the SGB token. Now, for any of us that have tokens in exchanges, whether or not you'll get your SGB Songbird token is up to that exchange. I wouldn't hold my breath on all of these exchanges, you know. We're lucky that we got them to say, oh, you know, for some of these that said yes, they'll give us the D-Flare. but now them giving us this other token as well, or are they going to just hold on to it for us? Yeah, we'll have to see about that. But anyways, we'll get into more of the token here in a moment. This right here, you have Johnny Lawrence making his little GIF for Songbird. Pretty cool little GIF. I like it. And then you have NFT Riddler over here saying, well, here's his, which is first crypto baby shower. You know, and you got a baby crib in the back. You have a vanity right here, a little nightstand, and you have some songbirds. You know, great picture. I like both of these. Good work, guys. And then we have The Chosen. Now, yes, some of you might be like, oh my god, that's conspiratorial, but I don't think any of you really will say that, because if you weren't into conspiracies, would you be into crypto? I'm just saying. I don't know. But anyways, it says coincidence. CVID23, and it says 8.4 million. See how it says that CVE23, 8.4 million? And it says next strain, Songbird. And this is a Michael Bay movie called Songbird, talking about the CVID 23 thing, which I don't know. I would hope there's not going to be another one, but there's a whole conspiracy behind that too, and I could so get into that, but that is not what we talk about here on this channel because I don't want my channel getting taken down. But I may end up making a channel that will cover all kinds of crazy nonsense that I'll put up on Rumble or something because they won't take my stuff down. So at least they haven't complained so far in anything that I've made. I've never had to edit stuff over there, but YouTube says nope, nope, nope. Anyway, so it says, 16th of December 2021, The Phoenix Rises, XRP. Dun, dun, dun. So, very interesting. I don't know what this is all about. I don't know anything about this Michael Bay movie. I don't know anything about it other than I saw it and I was like, oh, interesting. I'll go ahead and share that. Because I like to have some stuff to talk about before I get into the news. So let's have it lighthearted for a minute, and then we'll talk about some other stuff and bore you to death for a minute. But that's okay because I enjoy doing it. Oh, go away! Remind me later. Okay. So here, this is Crypto Briefing says Flare to airdrop Canary Network token to XRP holders. Oh wait. XRP holders who participated in the Flare Network snapshot will be eligible to receive Songbird. Okay, so the way I had heard it earlier was a little different. But yes, so the XRP holders who participated in the snapshot will be getting the Flare token and the SGB token. And then later, whoever has the Flare token will get the DFlare token as well, which you need to switch into YFlare for it to be worth anything, because the DFlare token, I believe, unless they've changed things, they were going to burn it, and it was going to go away. And, you had so long to switch it into YFlare so you could participate in the Flare network. Otherwise, it burned away. But anyway, so let's read this. It says, Flare plans to airdrop for XRP holders. Flare Networks has announced a new airdrop as it plans to launch a canary network called Songbird. In an announcement, the team said it would airdrop Songbird's native token SGB in the next 6 weeks. Which means if they're going to be dropping that in the next 6 weeks, the Flare token will be probably dropped in the next 6 weeks too, I would think, but we will see. Flare aims to bring Ethereum-based smart contracts to various non-EVM compatible networks like XRP Ledger. While the project is scheduled to go live in September 21, the team is now planning to launch Songbird for security testing and experimentation. CEO and founder Hugo Filion confirmed in a blog post. Well, hold on. I'm pausing right there because so are they saying the Flare network, while the project is scheduled to go live September 21, a team is now planning to launch Songbird for security testing. So they're launching Songbird before they launch Flare network. So they're saying now the Flare network's launching in September 2021. I am getting so confused with all of these dates and what the heck is going on? Maybe this is what they meant by we're going to have a launch here by the end of July. It's going to be Songbird that's launching for the Flare network. And I'm going to explain to you all what this is in the moment. I was just reading about this and it's kind of discovery for me too because I did some quick, read a couple bullet points here on my own and see if I decide I want to use this or not. So, Philion describes Songbird as an adversarial environment for live testing and bug discovery over the long term. According to the team, Songbird will be critical in testing the network's architecture, along with core systems that include time series Oracle, the state connector, and F-asset system. Hugo further added that applications planned on Flare will be tested first on Songbird in an attempt to find and exploit bugs. In December 2020, Flare Network announced its network token Spark would be airdropped to all XRP holders. The same XRP holders who participated in the snapshot will now receive SGB. For every 1 XRP at the time of the snapshot, 0.1511 SGB tokens will be allocated. Flare was incubated by Ripple's Startup Accelerator program Spring in November 2019. Besides XRP, it will support 3 other crypto assets: XLM, LTC, and Doge. So, that right there, it's just some good information as far as the airdrop goes. Very, very good news. Now, how is there's everyone's going to be asking how we, do we claim it? Do we have to set anything up? I mean, from information I heard earlier, it was if you were already set up for your Flare token, like say you have a Ledger or a Decent wallet, and you've already set everything up to claim your Flare token, then you should already be set for your Songbird. As far as everyone else, if you had stuff in Uphold, in Coinbase, in Nexo, anything like that, it's up to them if they're going to give you that token, that SGB. If they decide they're going to hold it, for you instead of giving it to you, well, they're an exchange, and that's just going to let you know never to use them again. So let's hope that we get it, but from these exchanges, but I can't guarantee that, not at all. Now I'm going to pause for a second because as I was reading this and we're talking about stuff, I remembered about a beta thing that I read earlier today that I'm going to talk about before my next thing. So give me 1 second. Okay, and I'm back. Now, I extended the window just a little bit bigger so you couldn't see everyone's names because, I don't know, for privacy reasons, like you want to see who everyone is over here as far as the members in the Discord. Well, then you need to join the Discord. And if you don't have a link for the Discord, please message me in YouTube or Twitter or YouTube or Twitter, because if it's Instagram or Facebook, I may or may not see it because those ones I don't use as much as Twitter and Discord. So message me. Oh, and YouTube. So message me. I will definitely get you that invite to the Flare Finance and Flare Network Discords. You just tell me where you want to go, and I'll give you that link. I got other ones too. I got this dark side one. I got the dark side's mine, if you didn't know. Anyways, so this right here was an announcement for Flare Finance, and it says, "Thank you so much for coming." Sorry. Getting ahead of myself. So much is coming, you guys. We appreciate your patience. And this is by Frenchie, which is the founder of Flare. So it says, we are just waiting on a little more solid information, and then we will be able to continue pushing out more content and updates for you all. We have many things in the works, including fully overhauled beta program. We took a ton of your advice from the first beta program and spent this time creating a truly unique mobile and desktop experience for all to enjoy during the next beta. This upcoming beta will be a bit different in a way that will surprise many, but ultimately we feel it will be a huge benefit for everybody. So I wanted to point that out mainly. Just mainly this is what I'm going over. I'm not going to go over this other stuff because I just wanted to let everyone know beta is coming. There is one in the works. And now with the announcement of Songbird and everything's changing on us again. In a sense, like, and I'm not mad. I'm not upset, that Flare Network is changed in a sense on kind of what we thought was going to happen, because I thought Flare Network was launching this month, but now it's not happening until September, it looks like. But what is happening is that Songbird is launching, and here, let me go ahead and close its Discord. But yeah, so Songbird is launching, and this right here is, so hold on one second, I want to make sure I quit my Discord. I don't want to start popping off and making all kinds of weird sounds. So I'm going to explain what it is, and then we're going to read some of the stuff so this can explain what I'm telling you right now. Okay. So this is a whole test network where you're going to have coins, and the value of this token apparently is going to fluctuate like crazy. If you want volatility, this token is for you. Okay, it's gonna be insane in a sense because it's not meant for trading. They're not just gonna be able to create coins whenever they need to create coins. This is all for testing the network. So as far as them giving everyone tokens, it's kind of interesting. I don't know if it's for beta testing why everyone has the tokens, but I guess everything will be explained on the reasoning when I read this, and plus what we see happens in the future. But yeah, so Songbird is where any applications they're going to run on the Flare network, they're going to run through Songbird first, just to check for bugs, so it doesn't get released to the Flare network until Songbird says it's good. So if you're one of those people like me that wants the beta stuff, you want to play with all the early release stuff, you understand that the thing's going to crash at times, and you're going to have difficulties here and there, and you might have to troubleshoot your own stuff. But it's okay because you get to see all these features first. You get to put your input in and help make the changes along the way to build out the network the way we want. And so this is what I love. My whole thing is customize the world, right? That's what I want to do. My tagline is customize the world because I like customizing everything. And being a part of beta is fun because in a sense you're helping customize this network. You're able to put in your input, what you think should be done, and in hopes that they actually take your word for it. Now whether they do or not, that's up to the mods, the developers, all of them. But beta is just fun and I love it. So here we go. Introducing Songbird, the Canary network for Flare. We are excited to release our updated plans on the development and launch of Flare. At Flare, we have been conducting extensive testing of the network and the various core Flare protocols that are intended to provide utility. Our testing has now reached a point with many elements where a little more can be understood from further testing on an isolated test network. We will now progress to live testing on an operational blockchain and an adversarial environment. In the next 6 weeks, we will be releasing a canary network for Flare called Songbird. So what is a canary network? A canary network is an operational blockchain with a defined and hence scarce token supply that is intended to be used to test features for related mainnet. On a canary network, on a canary network, users, there should be a comma. Users have a balance that cannot just be replenished at will. Or at least I think so, but I don't know spelling. This is in contrast to a testnet, which generally has an unlimited token supply available in increments to any user through a faucet. So, do you like me talking in the middle of sentences? It's kind of annoying, isn't it? Just kidding. Sorry. I had to because, I don't know. I just, the way I was reading it, I felt like, maybe there needs to be a comma. I'm not great at English, so they knew. But it's all good. I will not correct anyone but myself. The defined and scarce token supply may confer value to the token, potentially making it attractive to attackers, such that testing is as real as it can possibly get. This allows for the hardening of the system under testing. Polkadot is the originator of the Canary Network concept with their XUMM network. What is the purpose of Songbird? Songbird is the canary network for Flare. It will have two distinct phases. Prior to the launch of Flare, Songbird will be instrumental in the continued testing of the Flare time series oracle, the state connector and F-asset systems, and the network architecture. The FTSO and F-asset protocols will be live on Songbird with F-assets generated from the underlying tokens. This will improve the security, stability, and credibility for the ultimate launch of Flare. Post-Flare launch, Songbird is intended to be a long-term network for testing governance-led changes to Flare, such as the incorporation of new F-assets, changes to the FTSO, F-asset systems, or any other changes to the network. In all periods, Songbird has two other core uses. First, advanced testing and community building for applications that wish to launch on Flare. Ideally, all applications that launch on Flare, especially those that utilize the FTSO and F-asset systems, will test initially on Songbird. Second, as a way for Flare token holders to familiarize themselves with key Flare protocols, such as delegation to the FTSO, minting to F-assets, and usage of applications that build on Flare without putting their Flare tokens at risk. Flare will launch all the tested core protocols, FTSO, initial F-assets, and state connector. The use of Songbird as the testbed for potential updates to Flare means that between Flare and Songbird, Songbird will often be the more advanced network. Innovations and new dApps launches will happen first on Songbird and then may be rolled out on Flare after testing. This makes Songbird its own type of network, which may be useful in isolation to applications that do not need the intended stability of Flare, but wish to enjoy the core Flare protocols and potentially more advanced features that Songbird may offer ahead of Flare. This might generally appeal to lower value applications, whereas Flare might appeal to applications handling greater amounts of value. So basically, the way it's going to be is Songbird is going to run all applications. You want to create a game, you're going to run that game on Songbird. And you're going to test the network and see how well it runs. And if it runs nice and smooth and you want to bring it over to Flare, and Flare is like the Cadillac, right? I don't know if that's a good example anymore. It's the network everyone wants to be on, okay? Everyone wants to be on the Flare network. So you have to work your way up to there. You have to go through Songbird first, prove yourself worthy to move on up to the Flare network, the pristine Flare network. But okay, now let's talk about the Songbird token. The Songbird token will have its own token. Songbird will have its own token. Songbird SGB, which will be distributed once only, and in the same ratio to all the same recipients of the Flare distribution. Total starting supply will be 15 billion, with initial inflation of 10% per annum through the FTSO and validator reward systems. This means for every one XRP that was held at the time of the snapshot, 1511 SGB will be allocated. There will be no predefined minting reward pools. Instead, that supply will remain with the Flare Foundation. If you claimed Flare through self-custody, you will use the same Ethereum-style address but with a different chain ID to access Songbird. If you claimed your Flare through an exchange, they will receive SGB on your behalf. You will need to ask them to distribute it to you. Now, this is what we were just talking about. It's up to the to the networks if they're going to give it to you. We have to ask them. So now we're going to have to go over to the social media networks, especially Twitter, and we're going to have to work together hounding Uphold, Coinbase, Nexo, Bitrue, everyone that was participating in the snapshot for XRP and Flare. We have to make sure they're going to allow SGB as well. Like, I have money in both my ledger and I had on an exchange, well, a couple exchanges. Now, me getting that SGB in those exchanges, I'm going to cross my fingers and I'm going to go out there and ask them as much as I can, and that's as best as I can do. And I ask you all to do the same and join me in that journey. Governance. Similar to Flare, the SGB token can be used to perform a governance role. Unlike Flare, this would not be over the implementation of changes to Songbird itself, as Songbird is sub-oriented for Flare for that purpose. Governance could, however, be useful in adding additional chains, prices, and F assets that haven't been suggested by Flare governance to the Songbird State Connector, FTSO, and F Asset Protocol, respectively. So, if we can't get something on, Flare Flare Finance, maybe we can get it on, or not Flare Finance. Yeah, if we can't get on a Flare network, maybe we can get it on to Songbird, right? And then for Songbird, like say, we all want a token called the dark side coin, and we want the dark side coin to be an F asset. We want F dark side, right? But for Flare network, they just, I don't know. I don't meet the quota. I don't meet their guidelines for whatever reason. They're like, you know what, RedEye, we don't like you. We don't like your coin. Get out of here. And that was him smacking me. Get out of here. And then I go over to Songbird. And I'm like, okay, now I got Songbird. This is the beta thing here. We could work on trying to get everyone to get me on over here. And everyone's like, you know what? Let's do this. We want the dark side coin on here on Songbird, and we make it happen. And then we could go and build everything up. And then we're like, look, Flare Network, didn't I tell you this is a good idea? And they'll be like, whoa, RedEye, you know what? Our bad. We're wrong. Yes, let's go and vote this on over here. Nah, that's just, me just making a hypothetical situation, but maybe that will happen one day. We'll see. Because I think I have 1 billion dark side tokens. Is all I have. 1 billion. Yeah. So, Flare will launch after substantial testing of all systems on Songbird, with the current financial security audit scheduled to finish at the end of September. Now that makes sense. So that's why Flare Network's not launching, because they're waiting for this audit to be finished, but they have the go-ahead to launch Songbird because it's not Flare Network. Songbird should not be considered a production-ready network. It is for testing the integrity of the proposed production network, Flare. Proposed governance updates over time. The Flare core protocols and dApps launching on Flare. The Flare team makes no promise to continue support or development of Songbird in the future. The team at Flare and likely the various teams testing their dApps on Songbird will be actively trying to find and exploit bugs and other issues to break the network. Please therefore be aware that Songbird comes with potential loss of liveliness, token loss, and a risk that is potentially greater than mainnet development. Measured twice, cut once. So basically, again, like I had said earlier, how it's going to be wild, right? It's going to go all over the place. So again, they want to test for bugs, and they know people are going to try and break the Flare network, and that they're going to be stressing it. And so they are going to be stressing their network themselves and try and take it down. To build a great network, you have to make sure you find all the weaknesses. And to do that, you have to have a team to take down your network. It's crazy, but that's why these people, these hackers that hack into places, and they get in trouble. A lot of times they end up working for government agencies or agencies where they get to utilize those skills, because yes, what you did, that was bad. Don't do it. But at the same time, you're very, very smart. Let's take this genius and put it to work. So there we go with that. That is everything to know right now about Songbird. We will have to set up again, and if you want to know how to do it, I am sure the best place to check will be the XRP toolkit. Now, I'm sure tomorrow I will be able to have a video that talks some more about that. But in the meantime, I am done with my video because I don't want to bore you all to death with my talking. And I'm sure I do that. Or at least I annoy you enough when I'm like talking in the middle of sentences, but I gotta interrupt someone. Just kidding. Alright, everybody. This is RedEyedJedi here. Please like, share, and I told you would want to subscribe. Make sure you hit that button. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. You guys have a great night. Goodbye.